Salve onorevoli, rieccoci qui, un nuovissimo episodio, siamo su The Council, io sono l'Arax di Cormaris e ora dobbiamo un attimo esplorare questo bellissimo
Amber.
labirinto. Amber, con quale pronuncia strana lo dici?
Bandages. Someone's been patching themselves up. Looks like my mother took advantage of being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes.
Esamina le bende, nota qualcosa.
There are patches where the blood isn't totally clotted. That's a good sign, right? She changed them recently, which proves she's still looking after herself and still believes in her chances. Oh, I'd love to tell her to keep hanging in there.
Mm. Teoricamente ne abbiamo a buttare un po' di roba, però le
These bandages
esaminiamo.
are pretty basic. She'll be lucky if she doesn't get an infection.
Ma vaffanculo, che cazzo me ne frega che mi fai questo commento, dai ragazzo, su. Pure tu, che due coglioni, odio perdere i punti così. Ah, è un servitore, porco giudice, oh, cazzo, mi è morta già. Già. Un servitore è morto.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Non mi sorprenderei se ha mandato Mortimer dei servitori a cercarla. Magari non cercarla nella maniera più educata. C'è qualcuno dietro di noi? Magari ci giriamo? Non lo so, vai, fatti stordire.
Don't move!
Wait, I'm not
Mamma,
armed.
Who are you?
mamma, come chi sono? Brutto
Good God,
coglione.
Mother, whatever.
Tell me who you are!
Mamma, porco Giuda. Che cazzo fai, mamma? Ah, finisce così. Ok, fatto tutto, perfetto. Ok. Ora abbiamo 4 punti. Ti direi che è il momento di sbloccare etichetta. 2 punti. Ce li potremmo buttare in logica, che non sarebbe male. O anche in politica. Fammi vedere l'inventario. Abbiamo 2 testi sulla grammatica. Quindi in caso potremmo avere 2 abilità in maniera intelligente. Allora, quello che ci serve è logica, manipolazione anche, non sarebbe male. Manipolazione abbiamo 1, l'arte del fabbro 1, logica 1, e interrogatorio 1, poi interrogatorio ce l'abbiamo già al 2, quindi sta bene lì. Più che altro perché vi devo dire, potremmo sfruttare le abilità in maniera tale che, mettendo i giusti punti, arriviamo direttamente con la lettura dei libri a sbloccare 2 abilità senza che ne sblocchiamo una sola. Però non è così facile. Ne potremo leggere 3 di manoscritti, se ricordo bene. 1, 2. Quindi diamo 2 punti. No, però ce ne servono. Li do tutti a logica, che non sarebbe male. Oppure ne do 2 a sotterfugi. Però sotterfugi un po' gnè. Credo che onestamente ci serva più in questo caso, dal momento che ci avviciniamo alla discussione. La maggior parte delle persone sono immuni ai discorsi politici, appunto, ci conviene di più specializzarci nella logica. Quindi teniamo premuta la barra non mi fai leggere i libri? Finito così. Va bene. Ok. Comodo che non li evidenzia tantissimo i nomi. Ok, quindi non mi perdo tantissimo. Quindi il conclave. Vediamo che ci dice la mamma.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough, the woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Ok, quindi abbiamo anche i libri da leggere, è quello che volevo. Quindi, personaggio, mi dai uno di logica. E poi ne abbiamo 2 punti, dove ti possiamo investire 2 punti. Non sarebbe male svilupparci anche manipolazione, però manipolazione abbiamo un solo libro. Ci converrebbe fare scacco matto in maniera un po' più lunga sui libri, pertanto se dobbiamo dare abilità ci conviene dare 2 a linguistica. No, non mi trovo con i calcoli ormai, quindi prenderò una scelta a caso naturalmente. Se io ti do 2 di linguistica avremo questi 2 punti in più. Prossimo livello ci basterà 1 e sblocchiamo linguistica, però onestamente linguistica non è per nulla tra i miei obiettivi, ecco. Qui c'è il costo di 3 punti impiego, che non è male affatto. Dovremmo buttarci sulla politica. Politica e manipolazione. Però ci conviene più dare 2 punti alla politica e sperare nei bonus fondamentalmente, anche perché credo che i libri li abbiamo già quasi trovati tutti, per quanto non ho ben capito l'ordine con cui vengono predisposti, perché nemmeno vi potrei dire che vengono predisposti in ordine in cui li troviamo, o l'ordine per dire qui l'hai trovato e ti mancano tutti questi indietro, poi non credo, non spero. Quindi 2 a politica e 1, ok, 2 a politica e 1 lì. Perfetto. Ci siamo? Sì. Ok. Ora rivoltella dietro il collo. Sì, non mi fare tutta sta roba, già la conosco. Ripless.
Don't move.
Wait, I don't...
So you've come at last.
Easy. Let me turn around. Oh my god, Mother, what has happened to you?
Who are you?
What? But, Mother,
Who are you?
it's me, Louis, your son.
No, you lie. You won't catch me out like that. Louis. Louis isn't here. He obeys his mother. He would never have come here.
Mother, I don't know what you've been through, but lower your arm, please.
You think I was born yesterday, do you? But it won't work.
I'm begging you.
One day you will fall.
Mother!
Why are you here?
Bella domanda. Credo sia più che il momento. Andiamo su psicologia.
Let's go, Mother. Let's go home.
In all my heart, there's nothing I want more. But I know you won't let me leave. You are evil incarnate. Every word that comes out of your mouth is sharper than a razor blade.
I don't wish you any harm. Really, Mother. It's me, Louis.
Don't speak to me about him. You will never get him.
Mother, stop torturing yourself. It really is me, Louis. How can I convince you?
If you really are who you say you are, what was the saying I taught you?
You've been telling it to me since I was 3 years old, Mother. How could I ever forget it?
Always keep your mind rational.
E mente aperta, vabbè, ma... È aperta. Perché dovrei metterti...
And open.
You knew it. You are smart. You're getting me muddled up. Tell me, rather, whose place were we at when I told you I was coming here?
Mother, I really am your son. You can't trick me. We were in Paris. We were investigating an art dealer.
His name?
Borchette, Bolker, Boucher... Boucher.
His name was Von Bulcher.
You just made your first mistake, scumbag.
No,
che
wait,
cazzo me ne
it's just a
ricorda?
detail. He lived in Paris, near the Notre Dame Cathedral. We investigated him for 3 months. He made a fortune by taking advantage of gullible collectors of Parisian high society.
You're a good actor.
He was an ancient art dealer. He had the book, Al-Azif.
And that's what you wanted to get out of me, wasn't it?
Not at all. We unmasked him, but then he came after us. We escaped, but you didn't want me to intervene. I listened to you, and we knocked him out.
What? How? You can't know about that. Louis, no. Is it really you? No! No! No!
Mamma,
It's
che cazzo,
not
riprenditi.
true. It's a nightmare. Don't tell me that. Have you spoken to him?
Oh, shit. She's completely panicked because I spoke to Mortimer. It seems she's afraid of what he might have said to me about her.
Did he speak to you?
Mother, I don't know what you're imagining, but don't worry. Everything will be all right. If you're worried about what I might think about Elizabeth Adams, honestly...
Oh, Louis! Elizabeth is the last of my worries right now. I did what I could for her, but it was too late. Very well. Rational and open, Louis. Since you arrived on the island, has anything strange happened to you?
Depends on what you mean by strange.
Come scoprire il vostro passato con Elizabeth?
Do you want to tell me about your relationship with Elizabeth Adams?
Louis, I don't know what you found out, but just know that
Aiutarla
I did
come,
everything
mammina? Cioè,
I
fino a un
could
certo
to help
punto.
her.
Gli
I'm
credo.
sure you did, Mother. I'm not judging you.
You know, what she had to put up with was slowly gnawing away at her. Now shut up and listen to me. We might still have a chance. Something of utmost importance is going...
Ah, così lei mi guarda che ora mi posso fidare di te, così a occhio chiuso. E tra l'altro protettore. Sei riuscito a rassicurare Sara degli
play out right
Vabbè.
here.
What are you talking about?
A conference, Louis. I should think all Mortimer's guests have arrived by now, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Since this morning.
Perfect. The conference will be able to begin.
Indeed. It shouldn't be long and...
Let me finish. We haven't time. You will
Okay.
attend this conference, and you must find out what Mortimer is up to. Don't trust him, Louis. Understood? Louis, I made a mistake by coming here. We are in the lion's den.
Ok.
What do you mean?
Mortimer,
Ecco.
Holm, their guests. Watch what happens. Do you think it's normal that the representatives of the most powerful nations are here all on their own without anyone else? On an island in the middle of nowhere in total secrecy?
No, not really, but...
Louis! They shape the world. They manipulate us. Everything is decided here and now. They create and break states, provoke wars, destitute governments, or decide who will be their leaders.
Ma perché,
Open your
fondamentalmente?
eyes.
Mother, calm yourself, please.
Nothing is impossible for them. They are capable of reaching everyone, wherever they may be. Through high society banquets, they model the future of us all. And it isn't at all an issue for them.
And what do you propose?
It's time
Ecco,
to
arriviamo
act,
a
my
questo.
son. You will go to this conference and, from the inside, you'll do everything you can to prevent
Ma non
Mortimer's
so qual è il
plan
suo piano.
from going ahead smoothly. We can talk later. I'll explain everything.
But why?
Do as I say, Louis. It's of the utmost importance. Beware of Mortimer. He won't let anything stand in his way.
You promised me that after...
Yes, after. Go now.
Yes, Mother, I'm going. One more thing, Mother. Emily Hillsborough, Emma's sister, came to this island looking for her sister. She probably won't hesitate to take revenge and...
It's the signal that the conference is starting, Louis. Don't be concerned about the Duchess. She's the last of our worries.
Sto sottovalutando bellamente la cosa. Sì, però il problema è che io non so quali sono i piani di
Golden
Mortimer. Mi scommetto un coglione, non due per sicurezza, quello sinistro in particolare, perché lo volete sapere. Voi non lo volete sapere, perché io ve l'ho voluto specificare. A parte ste cazzate. Però io non so quali sono i piani di Mortimer, li tiene nascosti bene. Io non saprei come sventarli, come... Non saprei, punto. Questo è il problema, non so. In tutto questo, ora io sarò coglione, ma è possibile che, sapendo delle nostre ricerche, non ci ha messo nemmeno mezzo servo alle calcagne a indagare? Che poi, cioè, muore la duchessa è un trauma, muore Emily è un trauma, muore quel povero stronzo servitore, ma chi se ne frega, quelli non abbiamo detto nemmeno nulla, cioè... Momento, non è che possiamo criticare gli aristocratici e di fondo essere aristocratici, amico mio. Ok. Va bene. Che inizi la conferenza, miei signori. Nella più totale bestemmia, fondamentalmente. Qui ci sti cazzo di lisid dorati, porca troia, li trovo da tutte le parti. Ora non so se io sono bravo in sto gioco o gli altri fanno immediatamente schifo a giocarli, ma oggettivamente come cazzo fai a utilizzarli tutti? Come? Vuoi dire ora la biblioteca è bloccata, vero?
Monsieur de Richet, you're the only one missing at the conference. Please join the guests.
Figlio di troia. Anche se poi mi dispiace per il servitore, magari quello lì è stato inviato lì perché era il suo dovere. Te me lo schioppetti così nella piena cripta, va bene, va bene. Quindi la mamma vuole sovvertire l'ordine, però ti direi anche un po' grazie al cazzo, cioè non è che te ne sia accorta ora, mamma. Cioè, questo mi dà di strano. In che senso se ne è accorta ora che manipolano le sorti del mondo? Se Mortimer ci ha detto che molte volte loro passavano il tempo insieme a discutere e tutto il resto. Come faccio io a sapere? Cioè, è possibile che l'ha scoperto solo ora nostra madre, che qui si manipolano i destini del mondo? Cioè, in realtà l'ho capito fin da quando ho messo piede sull'isola. Che cazzo è sta roba? Che cazzo è? Dai, guarda.
I have suspected it.
Io mi andrei a sedere tra Perù e Hillsborough. Ok. Incontra Lord Mortimer. Ok, ci teniamo a debita distanza da Lord Mortimer.
Amber crystals.
Pezzettino d'ambra.
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I hope I'll be able to see her before I leave. I still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Piaggi però è troppo stupido per garantirci un vero e proprio successo, diciamo così, eh. Ehi, vecchio mio.
I don't know if you ever found what you were looking for in the garden, but Mortimer is waiting for you. I suggest you get a move on.
You say it as if you were afraid of him. I sense that you have things you'd like to say, but something's holding you back. What is going on between you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost. The siren's song, Monsieur de Richet. You wake up one morning, not knowing where you are, and you think about everything you've done for a man who wasn't even worth it. For a man who has no respect for you, who uses you, and who drops you as soon as he no longer needs you. For me, it's too late now. But you still have a choice. Don't respond to his call, sir.
Non mi meraviglierei se lui è diventato il famoso macellaio di Francia semplicemente perché è stato corrotto dalle sue idee. Questa qui che sembra fatta con fango e merda, che mappa è? Dovrebbe essere quella, sì, è quella del mondo, così la si vede. Ok. Questo cazzo di elisir dorato, orco Giuda. Siamo anche al pieno dell'acqua di Melissa. Ok. Posso dirvi che un po' mi cago in mano? Posso dirvelo, onestamente. Però vedete, ora che abbiamo sbloccato tutte le abilità, quantomeno stiamo portando più o meno tutte a livello 2, tutto diventa molto più accessibile, riusciamo a mettere da parte molte più cose.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
Secondo me questi simboli mi sembrano tutti uguali.
Is there not a little mistake somewhere? Yes, because she asked him at last, and he could not help answering.
Ci manca ancora una chiave, vaffanculo, va. Questi scrigni quando mai riuscirò a trovare la chiave? Ok, assicuriamoci di tenere tutto a portata di mano, perché la conferenza dubito fortemente sia qualcosa di fatto facile. Giustamente lui se la parla con Washington. Slalom tra le sedie per assicurarci tutto. Ok, l'acqua di Melissa è piena, l'esire dorato non ti dico. E ora direi che ci avviamo. Ciao piccolo Murloc. Verso Lord Mortimer. Fatemi vedere se sta registrando, fatemi vedere se tutto il volume va bene, ok. Mio Morty.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
Altre domande?
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Di cosa tratta questa conferenza? Come funziona una
In
conferenza? prima di tutto?
concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are 2 masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the 2 masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Di cosa tratta questa
Can
conferenza?
you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about
Sì, ma
the
nel
future.
pratico oggi
But
di cosa
the future of
discutiamo?
who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
Non ho altre domande.
Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
Continuate.
My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, 2 democracies illuminating the world.
Eppure noi sappiamo che non va bene. Entrambi sono corretti, però noi sappiamo solo che il nostro Mortimer è immune alla persuasione e alla scienza.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Blast it, Mother. You didn't know about everything. His project is commendable. Why tell me to beware? Could you have gotten it wrong?
Non credo. Fidati della mamma che sa più cose di te, onestamente. Sì, magari ci
My
saremo
friends,
creduti,
I
però...
propose we get started.
Vediamo ora che casino esce fuori.
First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our
Leccaculo.
custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome,
I
Monsieur
hope
de
he'll
Richet.
be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The
No,
Order's
no,
mission
Ramurlo.
was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Mi metti in riga Godoy. Non saprei. Per ora è meglio non indicarci
Thank you
nessuno.
all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? But I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians,
We
but...
shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not a question.
Non sono
Duke,
selvaggi.
these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your morals to yourself, if you please.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
Come lurido bastardo. Ma sei scemo? C'è qualcosa che mi sono perso. Perché l'etichetta ci porterebbe a dire lurido bastardo? Ecco.
France is not without fault, but that doesn't take away Spain's responsibilities. You see, Native Americans are being subjected to a veritable ethnic cleansing. Europeans are colonizing their land so that it then belongs to them. The widespread evangelization of its inhabitants will soon eradicate a multitude of cultures. You've done the same thing in South America. How far will white people go? Reservations to pin them in like cattle? Total genocide?
Come now, my friends, let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis. We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Significa questo vi proteggerebbe dai britannici.
If I were you, Senor Godoy, I would think twice before stirring up a scandal.
I beg your pardon?
Given the size of your colonies, you won't be able to keep them for long. A number of countries are eyeing them as we speak. The United States would have no trouble taking them. For all intents and purposes, you have no army in place. By wanting to keep everything, you risk losing it all, especially your colonies in South America,
Ma io non lo voglio aiutare.
which are far more valuable to you.
That is indeed the danger, Duke Manuel. If it comes to war over Louisiana, you will lose. And probably a good deal more than you now imagine.
Young man, you are indeed a dark horse, aren't you?
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
On the maps of Italy I saw in Mortimer's secret study, he had anticipated movements of troops across Italy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's planning an invasion of Italy by France, and if I push the notion a bit further, I can well imagine that Bonaparte's cannons, financed by the Order, will be used for that purpose. The noose is tightening around poor Piaggi's neck without him even realizing it. I don't know if I'm the best person to speak about that, Your Eminence.
Andiamo così.
Well, I think that the French army will enter Italy, and that the Vatican will do whatever France demands of it, if the Vatican wants to retain its place.
You are joking, I hope. Lord Mortimer, I did not come here to listen to such nonsense.
What makes you think that, Monsieur de Richet?
Well, Monsieur Bonaparte, here present, has ordered a large number of cannons, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were to be used to keep Italy under control.
Come, sir. What a strange idea. I have enough on my plate with issues in Corsica.
If you say so.
You see, you're...
But Corsica is not where the cannons are to be delivered, is it?
Aye, but... Louis, you are quick-witted. I like you.
You seem to be overlooking something, Messieurs les Français. I also have backers who would be only too pleased to demonstrate the full extent of their fervor by defending the Vatican. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
E che cazzo ha detto? Meno male che abbiamo tutte le
I assure
abilità.
you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume and let Sir Gregory finish.
Lo odia.
Godoy and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare you!
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me.
Non dirmi
Are you
restare
coming with
andare.
us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Che palle, Giuda, che palle! Ma signori, fatto ciò, sono costretto a lamentarvi che il tempo è tirato. Ci becchiamo nel prossimo episodio.